All right, guys, this is mine. I wanted to bring it. I don't believe Young Lion. Have you heard of this?
It's gonna be hard to tell. I don't know.
I think this came out when I was in high school. I definitely remember watching the video when I was in high school, late '80s. So I'm going to guess '87 maybe this came
I
out.
was like 2 years old.
Something along those lines. But it definitely had an impact on me. The actual song and the video. I haven't watched it like probably since then or '90s or something. So I know it's a long one. So let's get into it.
All right.
James Hetfield was skinny back then.
They all had long hair, so it's at times it's hard to tell who's who. Was this with Jason, or was Jason in the band?
I don't know about that.
The Reagan has suffered massive irreparable damage.
I've heard this.
You never know what has happened to him.
No, this is.
Had I not been sure of this, I would not have permitted him to live.
Where are we waiting for the breakdown?
That's from a movie, right?
Yeah.
Actual movie.
Yeah, it's been in several movies.
Something to do with young men killing each other.
I mean, the black and white though they're shown is like an old movie, isn't it?
With the hospital?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is from.
Yeah,
something.
Any man would give his only begotten son.
I love early Metallica.
Seems like, from what I've heard and listened to Metallica, it seems like the earlier songs are pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
It is impossible for a celebrated individual to experience pain, pleasure, memory, dreams, or thought within a moment. This young man will be as unfeeling, as unthinking as the dead until the day he joins them. I don't know whether I'm alive and dreaming or dead and remembering. How can you tell what's a dream and what's real when you can't even tell when you're awake and when you're asleep? Where am I?
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside, I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up. I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh God, please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me. Hear me.
Back in the room, it's much too real. It pumps life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, led to the truth that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
It's like a piece of meat that keeps on living.
Kurt looks so young.
We'll always be like this, will we?
Oh yeah.
I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare. I can't wake up.
Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, help me.
Me lying here like some freak carnival show.
Here's the oven.
All right, let's get a rundown.
All right. Well, I have heard this one before.
You have?
Yes, at some given point. Like you were saying, if that's from a movie or whatever.
I'm almost positive that's like an old '30s movie.
Well, I want to know why she's trying to make Frankenstein going on there. But overall, I think it's pretty decent so far. I'm enjoying it.
I would say like I was only 2 when the song came out, but I grew up in the 90s, so you pretty much heard most of the good Metallica back then. And this is definitely one of their best songs overall, like just from start to finish. Like, I think for me, one of my favorite things is like how it, like, that soft, they're just kind of vibing, that guitar rhythm is hitting, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh man. And
Yeah.
you remember I even said in the beginning, like, I can't wait for the breakdown. Like,
Yeah.
I love the breakdown in this song, so.
I will say that I thought that I do remember it being kind of slow. I was thinking that when it, the way I remembered it anyway, is like when it got harder, like it was a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as I was thinking it was going to be, so that's kind of surprised me.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Lexus, wonder of the 20th century.
It has a dignity all its own.
I need help. I'm in trouble and I need help.
Don't you remember when you were little? How you and Bill Harper used to bring a wire between the 2 houses so you could telegraph to each other? You'll remember the Morse code.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, body my only fear.
It's Morse code. For what? SOS. Help.
Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul. Left me with life in hell.
What's he saying? Says kill me. Over and over again. Kill me. Don't you have some message for him, Padre? He's the product of your profession. Not mine. Man facing death by himself. Hello. Goodbye, Father.
Inside me I'm screaming. Nobody pays any attention. If I had arms, I could kill myself. If I had legs, I could run away. If I had a voice, I could talk and be some kind of company for myself. Why don't they get over with and kill me? I could yell for help, but nobody'd help me. I've just got to do something. I don't see how I can go on like this.
All right. Yeah, you got your heavier part there in the end, didn't you, Pops?
Yeah, that was way better. That was there towards the end. It was a little more like I kind of remembered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this song overall is pretty solid, honestly. I think the whole like soldier and the doctor thing kind of, I wasn't feeling that for the video.
Preach.
Kind of took away from it. I'd rather it would have just been them with the clippets of them playing instruments.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever, I guess.
Well, I mean, but it's like kind of like another anti-war song in a way, though. Like I think they were like painting a picture there.
They're painting a picture of bringing people back from the dead, Dad.
Well,
You can't do that.
What?
go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought. But
No, that's all. That's all. Good.
okay, for me, I think it was fine for the most part, but at the end, when you're having the crazy breakdown and all that stuff, and the random just talking nonsense,
Yeah, that's fair.
that was a little much. Now the rest of it, I feel like it kind of fit, but
Yeah.
they're just playing, and all we can hear is the random nonsense of whatever's supposed to be going on, but we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, at least if you're going to make a video where it's supposed to fit the aesthetic of the song.
I felt like we did know what was going on. You mean like you're talking about the black and white part, or
Yeah, the black and white
Yeah, the
part.
black and white part.
Where they're like just talking, and the random person with the thing over their face.
Well,
and then
obviously it's a kid that got like messed up. He's got fucked up in the war, and he wants to die, and they're like arguing about over the ethics of euthanasia.
Okay,
or-
so that's what's going on there.
That's the way I took it. I
I
mean,
was trying to focus on the song itself. The video to me was kind of more distracting from the song.
Yeah. Okay.
I could definitely see that, but I just feel like it's an anti-war song,
Yeah.
and like so I feel like Metallica, which is probably a
Fair.
little ahead of their time for that.
That's
for
true.
Back then, for actually even, but I thought it went right along with the song. Now, I don't know if all that shit's. I'm assuming that shit ain't in like the freaking CD version,
No.
but like I think
Which is why, for me, all I've ever heard is the CD version.
Yeah.
So that, to me, kind of... I'm not going to make it affect how I feel about the reaction, because we're reacting to the song,
Right.
not necessarily the video.
But the video was, kind
If
of.
we were reacting to the whole thing and it was based on the video, that would actually bring it down a little bit, because I love the song, and that breakdown is perfect without all that whatever,
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So...
All right, Pops.
Well, for me, I totally disagree with you guys as far as like the I feel like what the movie
No.
parts of it went along with the song.
But what you say?
He's
Back to
doing
classic.
the I roll
Classic.
crossing already. I feel like it totally went with the song. Just like when he was talking to his son, he's like, "Yeah, for his country, any man's going to give his only begotten son." I mean, they're talking about going to war. That's what they're talking about. That's what the song's about.
Yep.
So, like, with that kid in the black and white, he went off to war. He got totally, obviously messed up, and he doesn't want to live anymore. And, like, so the nurse is doing him a solid by cutting off his tube there at the end, like, letting him die. The other ones are arguing over, like, the morality of, like, should we go ahead and kill this guy because he doesn't want to live anymore. And they're arguing about, well, no, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. And it's just, like, to me, and which totally goes into the whole bigger picture of who's sending our boys off to war, and then like who gets blamed for that or whatever, and like should they even be over there, and this, that, and the other? Would you want to give your son? Would you want to go and all that? I think it all just totally fit, perfect. I think it does.
You know what? Now that I've thought about it like that,
If
I
you
think
see
that
it
helps.
That does work.
Yeah,
That does
okay,
work
that
in Pops'
does.
perspective.
You know what?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for the exposition. Let's
Thank
go.
you, Pops.
I
Thank you.
retract this and the.
No more eye roll. Till next one. So yeah, I don't know. I think it went, but I definitely will say that like I was never a Metallica fan, but I don't know if it's just getting a little older or whatever. I think they like kick ass. Like I loved them when they got. I like how they're at the end. They was really getting it, and I was just like, man, they're like on point with their. I mean, like they're like pros. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they as a band, like everything just clicks together.
Well,
and they're.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
So like, I've always talked about like these guys don't like as much music where it kind of switches vibes, switches like the way they do things. This is a song where it perfectly fits. Like, you've got that somber kind of like, and then like it drops, and then you've got the even crazier breakdown. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Lars Ulrich as a person, but I'm sorry, this dude is like double bassing it on the drum, just killing it. Kirk Hammett is killing it on the guitar. Like this, I love rock. But this was the beginning of my love for metal, which kind of shifted into new metal for me. And Metallica, I mean, I can name 15 songs right now that are just as good as this, like For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Good one.
Obviously, everyone knows Enter Sandman. Like, that's a classic. I actually love their cover of Bob Seger. Why can't I think of it right now?
Turn the page.
Turn the Page.
Yes.
This might be a hot take for you, but I actually like Metallica's version of Turn the Page better than I like Bob Seger's.
I'd have to listen to them both again.
But for me, like, I don't know the way like they're playing it, the way the lead singer's kind of like his inflections and stuff.
Right.
I feel like there's a little more there to me. So I love Metallica. Like,
yeah, I've never been a big fan of them. Even like their later when they kind of, when everyone said they kind of went mainstream with the Black Album or whatever back in the early '90s, they kind of slowed. I didn't even like any of that stuff all that much. I've never been like a huge fan, but I mean, of course, I always like this song. There's always been certain songs here and there I like.
well, and there's even artists you've talked about where you don't like, but you like some of their songs.
right, of course.
Now, I will say for me, Metallica, when Saint Anger, from like 2003 on, they took a big drop for me. Like, that kind of, I stopped listening to them.
What was it like around 2000?
That was 2003.
Same, okay.
Yeah. because the last song I listened to that I liked of them that was still pretty good for me was "I Disappear," but that was when Jason was still the bassist there. So
Well, anyway, back to this. I think before we go way off topic, like we tend to do sometimes, I think the song is awesome. I think the video is awesome. It's actually pretty much the way I remembered it. I thought it was a little harder, a little earlier, I guess.
Okay.
But it still hits, man. I think it's awesome, and I love. One thing that I like about this song, like to me, like. You know, like I heard like an old like World War II veteran say the other day, like I was watching, it was like a TikTok video when like he killed a bunch of people, and he's like, at the end of the video, he said you can't get, he said something that I'm paraphrasing, but you can't get like older guys to fight in a war. You can only get like those younger guys, like the 18 to 22. He's like, because, and he ended it with, we were brainwashed, and that's exactly what, like you can't get like me. You can't get me to go out there. Like when I was 18 to 22, I wanted to go fight in a war. I thought it'd be freaking awesome. I wanted to join the military and go. I was like, that's kind of like, you know, I got that gene though. Like I'm sure, but I think a lot of kids do. They want to like. Cause
I went to the Air Force.
There's like glory.
listen,
You got like this glory thing. I'm gonna go fight in a war, man. I'm telling you, I'm fighting for my country and all this. But then when you get older, you realize you're not fighting for your country. You're fighting for a bunch of corporate interests that don't mean shit. Why would I want to get my arm blown off for some dude that's...
this guy's dropping.
This
You know what I mean?
knowledge.
So like,
Jeez.
so like I totally,
Can we
but like,
write a book?
well, I'm trying to give them like credit though, like because
Yeah, no,
they were like early 20s.
We are feeling what you're saying, Pops.
Like,
We're
yeah.
just like, let's go.
You know, I mean, so I gotta, because I never really liked those guys, never liked Metallica, but I gotta give them credit for being in their early 20s or whatever and writing a song like this and like putting that video to it as well, like the scenes in there and stuff, because I think it's a powerful message for like kids. Like it's not glorious. I mean, if you have to fight, I mean, I'll fight right now at 50 if we got guys coming up on our, you know, coming storming our beaches.
Yeah,
It's a whole
You know
lot
what I'm
different
saying?
when it's your home
But
base.
like to send me, or if you ask me, like he's talking about send his only begotten son, like they want to send Young Lion off. If Young Lion can do what he wants, he's a grown man. But like if he comes to me and says, "Dad, should I go?" I'm like, "Hell no, hell no. What do you want to do over in Afghanistan? There ain't nothing you want to do over there, and they ain't got nothing to do with us." That's my feeling on it. So I'm totally with him.
Well, and like you mentioned something about like the 18 to 22. Pop served. You know, he's a vet. Young Lion served, and then he had an issue happen where he couldn't be in there. I actually, right after 9/11, you know, 9/11 was a big craze where they were pushing people to join and stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually joined, and due to me having asthma for one branch, and I was in a bad car accident that broke my leg, 3 other bones, I had a whole bunch of injuries, and the medical documents from that for the Marines and the Army, they said that they couldn't take me, and then the Navy because I had asthma. So you guys served. I wanted to serve, so your whole thing on that propaganda is just, whoo, man.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Right.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I 100% agree with Pops over there. Not a lot else I can really say about anything there. So I'm going to drop into the ranking.
Well,
Right.
did you have anything to say anymore?
no, I said I would
You
have
got-
said
you got already.
yeah.
To the rating. And I'm going to give this song a strong 7. That's where I'm going to go with this.
I got to give this a 9. This is a 9 for me. Honestly, if the video hadn't been an issue, I was actually going to drop it down to 8, but then Pops kind of dropped some
Pops
knowledge,
did
and I was
save
like,
it. Pops did
yeah,
save it.
you did save that. So because the song itself
That's
is
the
just a
point.
banger.
Yeah.
I think this one could have been a bit more if it would have been harder earlier, like Dad said.
Yeah.
I think
The
that was
sad
that
song.
Could, yeah, I think that
The
could have
slow song.
the slow
Yeah.
slow part took it out for me.
Yep. For me, I'm gonna have to go a solid 9.
Yeah.
I think wrapping it all up, like we said, it's anti-war. They were super young. It's funny looking at those guys because I was in high school around this time, and like I see like like
Lars
you know-
Ulrich with long hair is funny.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking of all these. It takes me back to high school when I see these skinny dudes with this long hair and these little mustaches they can barely grow out. It's like it just takes me back to like 10th grade, seeing all these guys that are like 6 foot tall and they weigh like 120 pounds and they're wearing their sleeveless, you know, Metallica or whoever was popular back then. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to grow out this little mustache. They got this long hair and they're super skinny. Like it just kind of takes me back. But it's awesome, man. I think it's an awesome song by those guys, and I like all of it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.